Absolutely. I mean, absolutely. It's a constant, not a constant battle. I'd say most of the, I mean, obviously all the people that are involved with us really get our vision. But I think it's a re-education process a little bit too. I think with the rise of the internet, all of a sudden donors and particularly I think this is our generation too, and this is a little bit about having that global mindset, is that like my parents gave money to the United Way and they would write them a check and the United Way would decide who got the money and they disperse it, and my parents just trusted the United Way to do that. And now our generation, when people donate to us, they're like, we want to know the woman's name and how many kids she has and how she spent the money, and like we want all this information. And places like GuideStar put our financial statements up on the internet, whereas my parents would never. I mean, it was all public back then too, but they would have thought to critique, the bookkeeping of a nonprofit they were funding. And so in a lot of ways, that transparency is great and keeps everyone accountable. In other ways, it's hard because it does inhibit the ability of the nonprofit to effectively run in some ways, because kind of Kiva got into this sort of media disaster a little bit around it, because all these people thought they were going online and reading so-and-so's profile and donating directly to them, and it just logistically can't work because Kiva is huge, and so there's millions of people doing that, and so that exact dollar doesn't necessarily go to that exact person, and but it's all the same idea and it's all doing good, but I think so it's this kind of constant wanting people to be engaged and helping them understand it, but then also really encouraging people to trust the organizations that they're working with, to kind of do their jobs, and kind of that balance of what that looks like. I think, I don't know, I love engaging in the topics of like philanthropy and giving and how to engage people, given the sort of changing world that we live in. So I can get carried away.